So we've looked at being able to control time, looking at just time in general as the seconds go by. We've also looked at being able to make delay in time. Our next thing is actually to slow down time. So for instance, if we're trying to slow down the scale of time, we have an option for that. Uh, for instance, if I wanted to let's actually just make a button press here. That way we can control it. So we're going to say that if a button is pushed, so input get key down, and we'll just pick S since it's next to D. So we're going to say that if a button is pushed, then we want to do the following thing. We're going to first just do a check. We're going to say that if the time scale, so if you notice the time scale here, we're going to choose this option. So we're going to say that if time scale is equal to 1, which is the default scale of the time in Unity, that if it is pushed, then we want to actually make the new time scale equal to, we'll go for like a 0.2. That way we can actually see it really slow down. So like if you were going for some, if you were playing a game and you wanted to do something where the whole game kind of slowed down to like slow motion, you could just take the time scale down and it would slow everything down. You could also take it to 0 and it would completely stop. Now if I take this one, I could say, well, else, that way just in case, if it's not going to be that one, so if time doesn't equal 1, say, so for instance time equals 0.2, then it's going to go down to the else statement. And we could say that, well, if it's not 1.0, then time is going to actually be reset to the time scale is going to equal 1.0. That way we just kind of have a toggle. When we push it once, it'll go to 0.2. When we push it again, it'll go back to the 1.0. Alright, so we're using timescale to control the speed at which the game plays inside of here. So let's go ahead and save our file. And then when the speed, actually let's take this down here. There we go. So the box moves, and I push S, it moves slower. And I push S again, it moves back to the regular speed. Actually, let's take this to like a, here, let's go about half speed here. Okay. So as it moves, if I push S, the time scale drops to 0.2. And if I push S again, time scale goes back to 1. Alright, so you can control your time scale that way. And if you're trying to set up a toggle, you can set it up pretty easy this way. And that way you can use the same button push to take it from one and take it back to the other.